Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we are back in Project Ozone 3. I got it right this week. Didn't sound convincing, but I got it right this week. We've been... I think the last thing you saw was the... It's been a week since I've looked at this. I don't know. I think the last thing you saw was the creeper explosion over there. I've resolved that. I have tidied up. I have done the tidying. I've also moved the water wheel that was in here. So we now have an interesting looking weird cave thing here. This is where our water wheel was powering our sieves, which were here, doing the shaky shaky jiggle, cocoa jiggle wiggle dance thing. What is going on here? That's poured... What is in there? Nickel ingot. Why are you pouring nickel? Oh. Damn. Invar. Yep. It started pouring nickel before I was ready for it, didn't it? It looks like it's poured the right amount, though. There's no iron left in there. I put in iron and I put in... Maybe it pulled the iron out. It probably did pull the iron out, didn't it? Okay, I think we could probably load that back in and load that back in. And put a switch on this thing and turn the damn thing off. I forgot. That's the one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to turn the damn thing off. Yeah, I recovered the creeper damage. Restored it all, got it all installed and working. We do have a problem over there, though. There is a little bit of an issue. Which we will come across shortly. I will explain shortly what the issue is. And you will know, and then you will be wiser than you are now about the issue that we're having. Nothing else. I'm not making any grand promises here. Let's chuck that lot back in. I don't think that's going to mix right, but we'll chuck it in anyway. This has stopped. We need some more dust, which we can get over here. Ooh. We've got dust in this. I'm being dumb. We want that to make... Do we want it to carry on doing dust, or should we set it to do something else? That filter allows only dust out. That filter allows sand and gravel. So what we want to do is allow gravel out this one. Like that. So we should get some gravel in there now as well. There's all our dust. We'll take that over to the Sieve-Emanator. And we will disallow gravel there. So that should just make gravel now. Because we need some more coal. Coal is what we'd be needing, so we're just going to let that do a little bit of that stuff. So, here we go. We've got the 4 sieves all wiggling. The reason they weren't wiggling is you have to build these things from the sifter, the auto sifter, backwards. You can't put the water wheels in and then attach it to the auto sifter. It has to be auto sifter, gearbox, drive shaft, water wheel. And I've doubled up on the water wheels here, so these are going backwards. As you can see, they're rotating in opposite directions, and the same here, rotating in opposite directions. And then we've got the vacuum hoppers that suck everything up. The problem we have is this one and this one are confused by the proximity of this hopper. This one is confused by the proximity of this hopper, and this one is confused by the proximity of this hopper, and all of the crap that these two sieve ends up bunched up against the sides here. And that's no use to me. So we are probably just going to end up taking this row out in the middle of dirt and putting normal hoppers there. So if anything does get sucked between these two vacuum hoppers, which would be this line, the dead center line, they will fall into the hoppers anyway. It's a temporary solution. It's not a long-term solution, I don't think. So we need this to be sieving some dust now. We'll use this one on the end because it's safer. I think we can get from it. Yeah, we can get from down here. Dust, 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 dust. There you go. Get chewing on that. So that should fill up nicely. And then it should all pop and appear in there. Should, he said confidently. Should pop and appear in there. Are you going to pop and appear in there? Well, it's gone somewhere. Yeah, I think it's all getting sucked up by the vacuum hopper. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. That's doing its job. Right, water wheels. Been thinking about how I want these to be arranged in terms of power. We don't get much water on the front of these, but we've got our output for the power there. I think I'm going to take that down to ground level around here somewhere, and I'm going to stack, because we're going to have stacks of 3 of these. I'm going to stack the power coming down and into an energy cell, which will be here. And then the tap off from that energy cell will probably be on the bottom of it, and so the wire can go underground somewhere, probably have to drop down right below that, and then go around the side there, and then across the front to provide power to all of these things. So we'll have an energy cell here, and an energy cell here, and an energy cell boom, 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 here, and they will register what's being generated by each individual stack. That way we're not overloading anything, and we can see clearly if something's not pulling its weight, we can see clearly, or if something's abnormally pulling its weight, we can see clearly. From here we could stand back and see, ooh, power, ooh, power, ooh, power. That's the plan, that's the theory, that's what we're going to do. So we need 3 energy cells. This is where things start to get expensive, and we need leadstone energy conduit, I want to say, which is why we've been pouring Invar out of here. There's 3 ingots of iron left in there. We could do with, I don't like that 8 millibuckets, but that's because this started to pour. So we're pouring Invar out of there. That's good. That'll help make the energy cells. We don't have a lot of redstone, but we're hoping that the dust we've just put up there will give us all the redstone that we actually need. It's optimistic, I've got to say. That's a little optimistic. So we need energy cells, which is blocks of redstone. Ugh, this is going to get painful. CELL. So we want, where are you? This energy cell basic. Block of redstone, energy cell frame, which is iron, lead, glass. We got lead, we got, did we pick up iron? We didn't pick up iron. Glass. Okay, so we can make an energy cell frame. Badoop. 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 We want 3 of them, don't we? Ye gads, this is going to eat through our lead, isn't it? No, eat through our redstone. What am I talking about? Moron. 1, 2, 3 of them. Good, 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 good. Blocks of redstone. 1, 2, 3. Got a bit of redstone left. Hopefully enough to make some power conduits, otherwise this is all going to be for nothing. And this needs electrum. I don't think we've got any electrum. Let's have a look. Nickel. No, we don't. We can make some. Do we got any silver? We got silver. We got some gold. We'll take the silver, we'll take the gold upstairs to the other smeltery, because that one's busy. That one's a little busy at the moment. This is where you start to get complexities, where your machines are busy, you don't have room for all the other things you need. Keeping an eye on the map as well, just occasionally my eyes flick up to the map, just to make sure that nothing's sneaking up on me. We don't want any more creeper incidents. We're bound to get more creeper incidents, but we don't want them. They are not desirable in the least. They're bad news bears. Turn that off for a second. We don't want that to pour as soon as it melts. Are you out of lava? You probably are out of lava, aren't you? It tried to make a go of it, and it failed. Let's go grab a bucket of lava for it. It's nice to be able to move around at night time with a little bit of integrity, though. It's nice that generally the world isn't complete nightmare. Just mostly a nightmare. And I also don't like running around with a bucket of lava on my hotbar. That worries me immensely. It's just one wrong click and things get burned. Probably me, in all fairness. I didn't shut the bottom door there. I'm getting very lazy about shutting my doors. I need to tighten up on that one. Because if I don't, something's going to end up in one of my doorways that I'm not expecting to be there. Electrum 2 ingots, perfect, off you go. We're going to need more than that, aren't we? We can do 2 to start with. We get two on the go. 2 on the go to start with. I should have thought that through. I always do this. I always plan to do a X number of things and then make enough ingredients for 1. It's not my best feature, I don't think. My gross incompetence. See, I did it again there. Boop, boop. There we go. Good. And then we just go like that, and we get 2 of those. Oh, we've got a 3rd one on the way. So we'll throw him in there, because we haven't got room for that. And energy cell conduits, I believe, is lead and redstone to start with. Are they conduits or are they ducts? They're ducts, aren't they? I always get these wrong. Duct. We want a flux duct. This is early game power. It's easy to make. Where are you? Leadstone flux duct. That's what we want. So we can make 24 of them. I don't want to go too overboard because we need to make them into hardened flux ducts, which requires invar and more redstone. Hello? My inventory's full. That's a bit awkward, isn't it? Let's get rid of the sieve. We don't need to be carrying that. And let's get rid of some tat in the corner. We don't need that. We don't need 2 types of slab, let's be honest. We don't need that many slabs. Okay, that's fine. Just a little bit of tidying up there. It's just stuff you accrue over time and just weighs you down. Hardened flux duct, badoosh, badoosh. That's going to be 18 hardened flux duct. And that's probably eaten my redstone completely. Such is life, but we might be able to get something happening at the water wheels. Probably not today, but something happening at the water wheels. There's a little bit more structure needs to be thrown in about the place. So that's going to go, I think, there. And this one should be kind of there. That way we're not going to interfere with this when we dig down under there to connect it all up. And this will have an input on the back. So that's the input. No, input's blue, isn't it? So it can stay like that. Output on the bottom. Yeah, that's perfect. Its original configuration is perfect. That's the output on the bottom. So the orange is on the bottom. So we can then connect this up. Obviously it won't do anything because the water wheel's not turning, but like that. And then this one could get hooked up like that. And then those wires can go straight on up through the stack, and we'll see what each stack is producing on these little dial. We will see whether they're full, basically. We'll see if something empties all of a sudden. Say this one suddenly has no power in it, and that one does, and that one does. Something's wrong in the middle. Kind of thing. But it just depends how much draw we put on the thing. Has that done all of the dust? That may have done all of the dust, you know. There's 44 more redstone there. That's pretty good going. That's pretty good going. I like that. We do need to sieve more stuff though. We need to actively feed these. It sieved quite ferociously there, didn't it? So now if we got this water wheel to turn, we would generate power into this thing. Let us start with a trench across the front for. So we're having our power thing here, aren't we? So it needs to go down. It needs to be that deep. There's no two ways about it. It needs to be that deep. Because it's got to go underneath this one as well. Like that. It's a bit ugly, but it'll work. And we can turn the water wheels on while this is in place. Where's my shovel? There she is. So that one should be one as well. It is perfect. Oh, I think we're at the end of the line there, aren't we? Yeah, we'll work out where we need to go from there. And we can dig our way out of here. Just checking for reds around so we don't have any accidents. Yeah, that works. I like that. So, realistically, we need to come kind of. Oof. Bit of a mess that side, bit of a mess that side. But we're 2 blocks down, so we should be able to get through there without disturbing the water, in fairness. Yeah, we should be able to. In this run. Where's the shovel? There she is. Yeah, that's the one we need to go for. That's where we need to be. Let's just patch up this dirt. It's nice to make a bit of discovery down here, isn't it? There we go. So if we just dig along like that, we will get where we need to go. F7 it. Let's F7 this bad boy. We don't want any accidents. None accidents are acceptable here. We've got a good track record for safety, apart from last week when we had a creeper incident. But generally, we have a good track record for safety. So we're going to bring that power along to. These stacks are going to be up here, so the power kind of needs to rise here. Like that. Things are getting sucked up here. I'm not comfortable with that. Where'd that dirt go? I don't think it would sieve the dirt. I think it would just try. Oh well, whatever. All the dirt seems to have gone in there anyway. That's okay. So yeah, we're going to bring the power down to here. And we should be able to identify that easily enough as the turning point. And that's the plan, that's the theory. So we'll have power running under there, back to here, along here, and then up into the stacks. Here. And we want to get this one set up first, because that's making gravel down there now. Can't even look at it directly. My mouse is way too sensitive, I think. That's making gravel at the moment. So we'll have this one set up to make dust. So that's 3 pulverizers be needed here, which is fairly straightforward. That's no biggie to make 3 pulverizers. But I need to do some off-camera work on the water wheels to get them set up so that they will turn when water is added to them. They're not quite there yet. They're close, but they're not quite there yet. But I think from Furryearsworld for now, I think that'll do. So we're going to go with a cheery old ta-ta.